welcome back to our channel. My name is April.
I'm Amy.
And this is A Court of Crochet. Today we're gonna do a creator tag. This is from the Faded Wildflower, and I do booktube and we do creator tags all the time, like different kind of booktube tags. So I love that they're doing this with crochet creators too now.
I mean, every genre does this, don't they?
Okay, I don't know. I haven't seen it with crochet yet, so here we go.
I love it on every genre.
Plus, plus we are a newer channel, so I figured this was a really good way to get to know us. So I guess we'll just start there. Before we get into the questions, I'll say we are sisters, if that's not obvious. Amy's older and I'm the younger one.
But most people think she's older, so what does that say?
Whatever, whatever, okay?
Everyone's like, oh, you're the younger one. I'm like,
Crochet is not our bread and butter. We both do have full-time jobs on top of this. I'm an admin assistant in higher ed, and
I'm currently a special education assistant in primary elementary with grades TK through 3rd grade. However, I am transitioning. I just graduated my bachelor's in special ed, and I will be, fingers crossed, in my own classroom starting in the fall.
yay, yeah. We're excited about that. So, should we get into the questions?
Sure.
All right. So, first question is, how did you learn to crochet?
I think the first time I ever crocheted was probably back in the early 90s. My grandma always crocheted, and they lived across the street from us, and then I would always take her books and try to do things out of the books. But if anyone knows, trying to learn to crochet or knit from book descriptions, it doesn't turn out so well. So I kind of fiddled around. I was really good at making chains. That's about it. I don't even know if I could single crochet back then. I was really good at making chains.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I probably learned the basic chain way back in the day,
yeah,
but I don't remember it.
All I ever got, I could never figure out how to do beyond that because the pictures were so weird, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about books from the 80s
We're
and
like,
the 70s because, yeah. I would say in college, I actually crocheted something. Like I crocheted a scarf, and I don't remember how I learned. Probably like from a kit. I don't know.
I didn't know you crocheted in college. So.
I did for like when we were living together and in the town that starts with a T.
Oh.
I crocheted a scarf then. It didn't turn out so well, so I kind of gave up on it. But then officially really started January 2004 is when I started crocheting, and of course by then we have YouTube. I'm a visual person.
Yeah.
Like
YouTube.
Not book visual. I'm a video visual person. You show me how you do it and I can copy it.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yep. Hands-on learning, basically.
Yeah. And so I got into it because somebody I was watching was making a temperature blanket, and I'm like, ooh, that looks really fun. And like, she's like, I'm not a crocheter, but I'm making this. I'm like, well, I kind of know a little bit. And so I started making a temperature blanket, and literally another one of those things that I gave up on. But that's when I really started crocheting. So it's been about a year and a half.
I tried knitting like 2 or 3 years ago, and I, again, made like that much of a scarf.
Yeah, no.
And I was like, this takes way too long.
I think I tried knitting like when we were in 4-H one time, because we were in cross stitch. I could bang out a good old cross stitch when I was like 13
Oh
years
yeah, we were all about the cross stitch,
dude. I was all into that.
Yeah. But knitting was just like, I picked it up when I think when I was pregnant. One time I needed something to do, and
pregnant one time.
Yeah, twice. I have 2 kids. So
You sound like you have like 8 kids. You had to.
But yeah, it just took too long. But what really made me start crocheting is that Amy made this blanket for my parents, and we talked about it in our last video. And I really wanted that blanket, and I asked her to make me this blanket.
And I said no.
She said no. She's like, make it yourself. So then I was like, fine, I will make it myself. Because I'm a huge DIYer. I made these bookshelves. I make a lot of things in my house. I love DIYing. I love working with my hands. I like creating small things and putting them together in a bigger picture, in a puzzle.
I just hate paying for things, so I make it myself.
That too. So I made like this blanket that she's sitting on. Actually, I just picked up like a couple skeins from Michael's, and I just did rows and rows and rows of single crochet until I was like real good at it.
That was all my temperature blanket was just single crochet, and I noticed the side was starting to go like.
Yeah, and then she corrected me on that, and I was like, oh, once I got my edges straight, I was like, I'm intermediate now. From beginner to intermediate once I get my side straight.
That's the hardest part of crochet, right, everybody? Like when you first do something, especially if it's like a square.
A square, your
and
square
then you don't
go.
somehow end up with a triangle or a trapezoid. We've all done it.
We've all done it. We've all done it. And then I got into plushies because I really liked working in the round, and I think it's really fun. Again, I like puzzles, and I feel like Stuffies is more of a puzzle because I'm fitting these different pieces together and it's creating these bigger thing, and it, like, something with my brain loves that. So,
and I don't.
And she does it.
I really hate crocheting in the round. I don't like counting my stitches. Once I have the row, I just want to mind numb all the way the rest of the way. Like if there's a pattern, like maybe 3 different rows of something different, totally fine. But I'm not gonna be like, okay, how many singles before I do an increase on this row? No, because I always end up going past it, and even with the stitch marker, and it ends up lopsided.
I love that tedious shit. Maybe that's why I'm an admin assistant. I love tedious work. What's your favorite thing to crochet? So we kind of answered that, but again, I love plushies, stuffies, those kind of things. I love creating creatures of some kind.
I think my favorite thing to crochet is anything that's got a granny square pattern, because literally I don't even have to look. I can just, it's got a big enough hole, you just stick the stick in there and you keep on going, right? I count to 3, 1, 2, 3, move, 1, 2, 3, move, 1, 2, 3, move. And that's the only thing I will do in a round, because it's not really a round. Square. It's a round in these, yeah, but anyways.
It's a round and a square.
It's a square round.
I also do like making blankets. Again, it's when I don't feel like counting. It's just that like mindless project. And again, I have really bad anxiety, so anything that can kind of get me out of my own brain, like, is a huge
plushies
help.
Gives me anxiety. Okay, so I don't understand.
I get like into it though, you know what I mean? Like it turns off all the noise in my brain, and
I'm really good at turning the noise off of me. All right, so the next one, if you could only use one yarn for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh my god.
I don't know the name of it because it's from an independent shop. But I love using cotton yarn. I just like using cotton yarn, and I like using premium cotton yarns. So there's a, we don't live in this town, so I don't really care to say it, but in San Jose there's a place called the Fillery, and I get this Pima cotton yarn from there, and it's like the cheapest yarn they have in the store. It's $13 a skein. You do get quite a bit on it, but it is so soft. It doesn't split. It drapes really well when you're making garments.
I might have some videos of the store too. The store is really cute. If you're in the Bay Area.
If you're in the Bay Area, it's several hours away from us, so I don't mind saying the store. Yeah, if you are in the area, go check out Fillery yarn. They have some really cute yarns. It does gear more towards knitters, but there are some larger non-fingering weights in there as well.
Yeah.
But that Pima cotton, by far my favorite. But at $13 a skein, and you're not going to get it any cheaper. It's pricey.
Yeah, but for the cheap stuff.
For the cheap stuff, I love this cotton.
I love this.
I love this cotton. Yeah, from
cotton.
Hobby Lobby. I love this cotton. Not so much I love this yarn because that's an acrylic, but if it was cotton, I love this cotton yarn. Or the Lion Brown 24/7 because it's like a braided cotton, and I know I'm not gonna be splitting stitches.
Yeah, I like using that cotton too. That's the one I'm using for my blanket. No, I'm not.
I just wish it came in a bigger size because I hate using like a 3 or a 4 millimeter. I'm like, I want to use a 5.
Oh, see, I don't mind the smaller ones, but as long as it's not like a 2 or a 1, because
5 is the perfect for my pencil grip.
Oh yeah, and I'm a knife.
Perfect thickness.
I'm a knifer.
No, I'm a...
For me, there's so many good ones. I know which one I hate working with that I have a lot of. Bernat. I
don't like any chenille yarns because I can't see my stitches.
I don't really like Bernat because it does hurt your wrists and your hands. It's just too big. For me personally, I do like a smaller weight chenille. I just recently, one of my last videos, got the Parfait Chunky from Premier. Absolutely love that stuff. I also love a lot of chenilles that don't shed. Mojo Dream Marshmallow yarn. I love their yarns. The only thing I would think would be a criticism of their yarns would be the colors are not as punchy as others. I really like a good punchy color, so there's that. But there's so many, like, honestly, I have like a lot of good. I'm a big twist girl, big twist posh, Rip Joanne.
No more big twists. Oh wait, no, it's going to Hirschner's. That's right.
Maybe eventually it will be seen in Hirschner's. We'll see. It's gonna be a while. even if it comes back, it'll be a while. If it happens, it happens. Naughty Ball yarn too. I've ordered from. Really love them. They're hopefully getting another shipment really soon in July, but I would love to reorder from them. I like to try different yarns, so I don't really mind.
You just started crocheting like 6 months ago too.
I did. I will say I started crocheting in December. It's June 1st. So I will say I haven't used all the yarns yet, but I like trying them out and seeing the different ones. I've ordered some random ones on Amazon that were like super cheap.
And I've never, I don't say, I have ordered one time from Amazon, just one that I knew, but I couldn't find in the store.
Yeah.
But I have never ordered a random yarn online. Like
I
refuse
live for it.
Unless it's $1, I'm not buying it.
It's that discovery thing. I love discovering different things.
No, I don't want it something I'm not going to use. But my worst, like the yarn I absolutely hate, Red Heart.
I've never used it.
I had some leftovers, and like I said, I think that was in the other video. I said that I'm making a backpack and I'm trying to use up some Red Heart, and I hate that stuff. It's gross. It's scratchy.
Yeah, I did say brunette, but I will say my all-time least favorite yarn is the Cozy Occasions yarn from Yarn Bee at Hobby Lobby. Oh my god. I thought my wrist was gonna fall off when I used it. It's so like squeaky. You know what I mean? Like
I hate squeaky.
Like it doesn't glide at all on any of the hooks I tried. So I was just like, throw this in a fire. I do not ever want to use it ever again. Weirdest thing you've ever made? I have one. I have it.
I made a roly-poly.
Did you? Oh, my kids will love that.
And like, I was just trying this pattern out. So like, I just grabbed some random yarn. So the body is gray and the little like shell parts is like hot pink.
It's a fun roly-poly.
And like when it's flat, yeah, his little scale, are they scales? I don't even know what you think. Those little shell pieces,
like the little shell pieces,
they look great. But then when you like roll them in a ball, there's like gaps.
I have my weirdest thing. Hang on.
Oh, you just made this.
I just made this.
I
just finished it like yesterday. I don't care. Even if I didn't make this, these things are weird. But
Yeah, so her kids go to my school, right? It's TK through 6 school. If you have young kids and you don't know what a labubu is, be lucky.
Be lucky you don't know yet.
It's like the Garbage Pail Kids.
This is my weird...
I'm gonna take this to school and tell the kids to be like, hey, I got me a labubu too.
But I learned yesterday, because I was talking about this with my friends, that a lafufu is a knockoff labubu, okay? But what would you call a crochet labubu? A lakuku? At least it's not la poo-poo.
It would be okay, but the eye, it's something about the way you did the eyes, man.
I like it though. For as weird as this stupid thing is, I think it did a really good job. To me, the way the teeth is done, this is a pattern I got off Etsy.
I don't like those teeth.
I think I'm gonna do felt teeth.
You need to at least fill in like that little.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna.
I
think I'm gonna. That
should have been 3.
That's the second time I did the teeth, and that's how it wants it to be done. I personally am just not a fan of it with the chenille.
This looks too happy, because if you look at real labubus, they're like scowling and they're mean.
They are. They're mischievous little.
You need the little
bunny
tag
guys
with the little keychain up at the top, and then I can hook it to my belt like all the kids at school.
So this pattern is by Plushico Patterns on Etsy. I got it because I was like, I gotta make me a labubu. And honestly, it was really fun to make. Like
Someone would buy that.
Yeah, these ears were, I had to do them twice. I think actually this was my mess up one, and then the cat took the other one. But You actually crochet it inside out, and then it tells you to turn them inside out. So I don't know. I really liked the pattern, but this is all time weird. I love creating weird stuff anyways. Like I've made the troll doll. I make little monsters.
Like, dude, her troll doll. Look at the face on this thing.
It's so freaking derpy.
It looks like a pig nose.
I did my best, okay? I did my best. Let's be clear. I've only been crocheting for like 5 months, 6 months.
Something you'll never crochet.
Oh God. Clothes.
That's all I do.
I don't see me crocheting pants. I'll say that.
No, I don't think. Okay, I'm not gonna say never, but I would never foresee myself making a bralette.
Oh yeah,
for
like
myself.
The top part. Yeah.
The top part.
The top part.
No one needs to see
I think they're cute though on those
They're super cute.
Young girls.
But they are not gonna be cute on me.
Not for these kahutas, that's for sure.
I don't foresee myself crocheting for myself. I will crochet anything anybody wants. Another one that like everyone seems to do that I probably would never do, that 6-day star blanket.
Oh yeah.
I have no interest.
I don't have any interest in that.
I give up too easy.
Loaf cat.
I love making loaf cats. That's like the only plushie I will make.
For some reason, it's not that I don't love the pattern. I just see them all the time, and I really like making things that are a little bit less common, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, another one, those little keychain bees everyone makes. No interest in making a keychain bee. I have made the little chicken, the Mabel chicken.
Yeah, those look cute.
I made
and
that.
Easy. Quick. I understand why people make.
I think I made like
chickens.
5 of those chickens in like a couple hours. It was, and my mother-in-law took.
And I think that's really the appeal of them for creators, especially when you're going to markets. It's something you can make a lot of that sell really well, and they do look cute. Like I will say, they look cute.
Yeah, if you need fast sales, that's what those are good for. But they're not like.
To me, I just like I watch way too much Crochet Tube.
Everyone makes see that.
Everyone makes love cats and chickens.
I love love cats, but I love cats.
Yeah, I like different kinds of cats. So I also would never micro crochet like with thread. Can you
I have
imagine?
thread and I have crochet, but like not with a number 1 or like undersized one. Like the people that do a 0.25, you're fucking nuts.
Nuts.
You're crazy.
Nuts. I am also very impressed.
I think the lowest I've used is a 2 on thread, and I made like a bookmark. I don't mind using thread, but you definitely have to be in the mood to do something like that.
Yeah, not my mood. Where do you get your inspiration? I think that's obvious for where we're getting our inspiration right now with our channel name, A Court of Crochet. We're big fantasy romance readers right now. I've been reading for the last like 8 years, and I really love reading romance especially, but I read like all kinds of fantasy, and I think that's where I get my love of like creatures and stuff like that, for monsters, mythical creatures. So that's what inspires me.
Well, and I've only been back into reading for like 6 months, so this is where we're flip-flop.
Flip-flop.
She took my hobby and I took her hobby.
Exactly.
But most of my inspiration comes from YouTube, Instagram, what I see out there. Obviously, like every day I see a new shirt or a new bag or a new purse, and I'm like, I want to make that, but I'm like currently already making like
other
things.
creators. We're big watchers of like, again, Crochet Tube. Like we love watching other creators.
I do like when I go to the bookstore looking at crochet books and things like that, but I buy sometimes.
Honestly, things that really inspire me are things that make me laugh. Like I'm doing like the freaking Labubu. I don't know what about this, but I was cracking up when making this damn face. I don't know what it is. It was just really fun. So if it makes me laugh, like Amy wants to make a bunch of fleshies, and I think that's hilarious.
I'm gonna make all the penises.
I'm gonna give them eyeballs and real balls.
You got eyeballs on their balls.
And I am a butt girl, okay? If you put a butt on something, I'm okay. No. I think it's great.
Favorite thing you've made so far?
Oh gosh. Oh, okay, recently I made the Wings of Fire dragon that I gave to a friend's daughter. And my friend sent me this video and she was just so excited to get it, and I think that's why it made it the favorite thing for me. I also really love the Nooks Hooks teddy bears with hoodies. I've made like 3 of those so far. I'm a huge teddy bear fan. I had a Teddy Ruxpin when I was a kid, so I think that's where I love it. Oh yeah, my little spicy reader bear.
She's made so many of these little bears.
I love bears, and I've made all different kinds of bears, and I love this little guy. He's got his little spicy Kindle, his little jalapeno. Yeah, he's one of my favorites too. I put him on my shelf over here next to all my plants. My lights that are falling down. That's what I think are my favorites.
It's hard because I've crocheted so many things. Like one of my favorite things I made a pencil, and I'll try to find a picture of it, but it's quite large, and I gave it to the teacher I was working for last year. And I no longer work with her. She left me. She still has it. She's still my friend. Something that I've made more recently, I made these really cool mandala vests, and I need to take pictures of them. Like, it's hard because it's a wearable. It's hard to take pictures of yourself, especially when it's on your back. But I made these really cool, it's like a circle mandala, and then it's turned into a vest. So
oh, that's cool.
It's really pretty.
I was watching some YouTuber the other day doing a mandala granny square, and I thought it was really cool.
It's kind of what it is. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just a big circle, but it's a mandala.
Yeah.
Doing different kinds of stitches.
Yeah. Crochet plans you're excited about for the future.
Using all that Joann's yarn.
Using up all our haul yarn.
Dude, I'm excited to not have like 7 feet worth of boxes tall in my living room of Joann's yarn.
There are 2 books coming out actually from creators in July that I have pre-ordered. One is for fantasy creatures from Atomic Crochet, and another one, I cannot remember the creator name, but it's also another romantasy inspired crochet book. And I want to make everything from those books. I swear, I have them both pre-ordered, and that's like one of the big projects that I think I'll do over the summer.
I'm just gonna keep using up that yarn. I think I'm gonna make a lot more purses this summer. I've made myself quite a few shirts, but I'm gonna make a lot more purses.
We also are trying to get into our first market. We haven't done any markets before. We've done markets.
I've done markets for other things.
For other things, but not crochet.
Not crochet.
So we kind of missed a lot of the summer ones around here.
I'm not
Plus,
interested in doing the summer ones.
it's over 100 degrees here. We're in Northern California, so it's always super hot in the summertime.
It was
You don't want to be outside.
105 yesterday.
Yeah,
in May 31st.
Yeah, so fall is probably more of our sweet spot of where we're gonna do some markets if we can get in.
Fall, winter.
But that's also an exciting thing that we'll do eventually. You know, I don't make it to sell it. That's why, because like I make it because it brings me joy. Like I like doing it.
Yeah, if I didn't like doing it, I wouldn't make it.
Yeah, so I don't know. If I have a bunch of plushies hanging around my house, my kids will do something with it.
I eventually get tired of them. I'm like, I need to sell those.
And if I can't, you know what? Somewhere like a hospital or something is gonna need donations of toys. That would be fun. That would be fun to do. Just donate a bunch of toys to the hospital.
Donate your Labubu.
Donate my Labubu?
They'll be
I
like,
want to make.
what the hell
I'm
is
gonna
this?
say I want to make a gigantic Labubu, like using Bernat,
Dude.
the big blanket yarn. I think it needs to happen.
Oh my God. All right, the worst thing about crochet.
Your limbs hurting. I
Yeah,
swear to
that's
God,
annoying.
there's this like muscle right here in my arm that has
My arm
just-
has never hurt up there before. You're doing something wrong.
It permanently hurts all the time.
Comment below. Do you have this muscle way up here?
This muscle here. I know I get like it's actually not the one I crochet
Yeah,
with.
it's the non-crochet hand.
It's the one you hold with.
Holding it, and it's this muscle right here.
Yeah, to me, my wrists.
Well, I'm a this because my yarn goes over here, and then I'm a this.
I'm a this.
I'm also double jointed. So like, yeah.
Yeah, to me, I think it's just because I am such an anxious person. I hold everything really tightly and I'm like very much like this all the time. So maybe that's why all of my arms and limbs hurt all the time. But I take breaks.
Has never hurt way up here. It's hurt like in here.
Well, good for you.
In here. And like one time it hurt over here.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's okay.
Yeah.
I don't mind. Then I just stretch it out.
Yeah, I just take a break and read or something like that instead.
The worst thing I feel about crochet is when you center pull and you can't find the center and you pull out a humongous yarn blob and then it's all freaking tangled and you spend more time freaking untangling your yarn than you do working on the project.
This is so funny because I actually really like untangling knots.
I don't mind. I just hate the time.
Yeah, I want to get back to the project, but like something about that knot, I get into like the zone. I'm like, this has got to come out, and I just
and then I'm
untangle the
like,
whole thing.
F it, and start pulling from the other side. But I've already pulled the yarn blob out, and so now it's tangling itself up as it's unrolling, and I get all mad.
So yeah, I'm not a center puller, so.
Oh no, I own like she's weird. Okay, tell me out there, who's the center pull and who's the outer pull? Outer pull people, you are weird.
I just go like this. I don't know. It just works.
That's weird. That's probably why your arm freaking hurts.
That might be why my arm. Well, that motion's a little not okay for YouTube.
Try center pulling, you'll be better.
Maybe my arm won't hurt as much.
The last question is, what is your favorite thing about crocheting?
Mental health, peace of mind.
I just like making things.
Yeah, I also just like making things. Like the puzzle piece of it.
Plus, like, I'm a multitasker. I can't just, like, watch TV. I think that's the most boring thing on the world. So I'll usually, like, watch TV, crochet, be playing my little game on the side.
I don't watch much TV, so I'll be watching YouTube.
Or I'm listening to an audiobook.
Yeah, audiobook.
Playing my little video game on my phone. Doing my crochet. Take a break every once in a while. Play my...
Yeah, crochet is great for
I have to be
audiobook.
doing at least 3 things at any given time.
That's a lot. I just need my brain to like...
Sometimes I'm watching a show on the TV and then I'm watching a show on my phone and then I have the computer open too. I don't know. I swear I don't have ADHD.
Sometimes I just need peace and quiet, so I'm just like, I'm just gonna sit here and crochet. I don't even have the TV on or nothing.
And then there's so many things going on, I can't focus on anything that's going on in my brain.
No.
Disassociation. If you're a teacher, you know all about disassociation. We have to disassociate.
Yeah, I'm more of like a constant thoughts person, so distracting myself with crochet is where it's at for me. But I also like, again, just like building stuff, like making things, seeing it come together, and then you're like, when you're done, you're like, holy crap, I made that. You know what I mean? Like, I love that holy crap, I made that feeling. That's like the best feeling. So I also like the community. I think the community is really cool. Just watching people, and then like I will randomly message different creators and just spark up a conversation. I think everyone has been like really lovely and friendly and like totally there to help and offer guidance and stuff like that. So that's also been a really cool part of it. So yeah. Anyways, we don't have anyone to tag, but if you watched this video,
We do have someone to tag.
who are we gonna tag?
We can tag Peace Love Crochet.
Oh yeah, that's like
She
the
just
one.
started her channel, I think
Yeah.
a day or 2 after us.
Yes.
We
Jessica
should
was
tag
also a
her.
booktuber, so that's why I know her.
Tag Peace Love Crochet. You need to do this little tag.
Yeah, do it. Go for it. Also, if you're watching this, consider yourself tagged. So,
Yeah.
Anyways.
If you create things.
yep. That's the video today. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, make sure to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.